CFR Network, CFR News, rapidly approaching end of the growing year of 2022 and approaching the festive. I guess we're in the festive season already. And the pagan festival of the 25th coming up. So it's a joyful time. But unfortunately, we have some very sad news. A rise in paradise to the three little boys who are no longer on this plane of existence, who died after being pulled from a frozen lake in Babbs Mill, well, Babbs Mill Lake, to be precise, in Kingshurt, Solihull, West Midlands, UK, for the international listeners. Awful, awful news, as I say, especially in this sort of time. Um, some people haven't necessarily experienced snow like we did back in the olden days, quote unquote, when we used to get real snow. So, we understand that children like to go out, especially in this age. It's good for children to be out playing and getting fresh air and being in nature and all that kind of stuff. Um, this incident took place on Sunday. Um, according to reports, because it's been a bit up and down, and apparently I think there's still, as of what time was it? When I went out earlier, the radio reports were saying that they're still actually searching the lake. Emergency services were made aware of up to 6 people had been in the water. Specialist crews arrived and continued to search. I'm pretty sure they're going to be stopping that search if it hasn't already been stopped. It's terrible, and we need to use um these situations, these moments, these tragedies to embrace, to learn, and I think, and also to highlight to others. I mean, I think the government are doing a terrible job in regards to general awareness in regards to safe health and safety. I remember growing up watching numerous ads on television, generally in a cartoon format because it was aimed at children, highlighting the dangers of strangers, highlighting the dangers of playing in open water and who to call, fire, crossing the road, the Green Cross Code, all these things that were, heavily promoted to keep children safe. Now, this has clearly disappeared, and the onus is now on the parents, which I've got no issue with. But in this society that we're in now, everyone is very divorced from nature and reality. You know, um, are we talking to our children, our nieces and our nephews, about the importance of keeping themselves safe? And not just in a very blanket sort of way, but oh, it's snowing outside, it's icy and stuff. If remember, it's dangerous to play on lakes and stuff. We've only had like a day and a bit of like real cold weather. I wouldn't suggest you go anywhere near any kind of open body of water which is frozen. Who's really having those conversations? I think that at most it's be aware of strangers, learning how to cross the road, and online safety, which is becoming very much apparent these days, especially with children. But I think we can turn this tragedy and another thing, which is obviously this develops, and I'm pretty sure more stuff will develop. The hero, the selfless 10-year-old Jack Johnson, who is one of the 4 boys who fell into said lake, didn't even know them and ran in to try and save the other children. It's crazy. You know, a very selfless act, and the little Ute is no longer here. We need more good people out in this plane of existence. There doesn't seem to be, especially within what we're seeing, doesn't seem to be much goodness. But this shows, this through this tragedy, this is showing that selflessly, Jack Johnson went in to try and help. Apparently, um, this is a quote. My nephew's seen one go through the ice and he ran over to try and save them. Not being prepared. I mean, did you have, I mean, I don't even know what they're teaching you at school. Do they still do the when you do your 5 meter badge, 10, 20, is it? Or to go to 25, 50, 100, 200 meters. And in between all of those stages, I'm sure after you've done your 5 meter and your 25, you do that exercise when you jump in the water fully clothed, and then you say I don't remember what the hell it's called. Uh, Life-saving rescue, whatever it's called. Are they doing this stuff? Was it heart over logic that made Jack say, "Look, I'm going to jump in and try and help"? We need to teach not just the children, but obviously we're talking about children now, about the importance of safety. What do we do in these kind of situations? Where was the boys? Where was the life rings? You know, this raises so many different things. Where would the sun was there adequate signage to say, look, don't fish, etc. Keep away from the water. Um, as I say, thoughts and prayers with the family. But again, let's learn from this tragedy. Government, pull your finger out, as they say, and start to bring forth more education in regards. Especially, look, we're coming up to more time when the children are going to be off. Like we've gotten so far away from the basics of what's around us, and we're moving more into online safety, which I've got no problem with. But like, there needs to be a balance where children are out in nature and know what's what. And if they're online in this cyber world, they know the dangers and how to protect themselves. What are your thoughts? And again, prayers to the family.